Artie? What is it?
A Judascope. Didn't you ever see one?
No, what does it do?
Watch and you'll find out. See, when they get to the slaughterhouse, he ducks to one side and the silly sheep go in to get their throats cut. That black devil knows it.
Peace, family. Make sure you do all that good stuff you see on your screen. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and also donate to me if you can. Now we're going to get right into it. Y'all see this person on the screen. This is Tariq Nasheed. What is he wearing? A shirt with a couch on it that says vote. And what does that shirt mean? That shirt means don't vote. It means vote the couch. It means stay home, do not vote, do not participate in the general election. But I have news for people. Tariq Nasheed, the one who told you not to vote in this general election, he voted in this general election. That's right. Look on your screen. That's a mail-in ballot by Tariq Nasheed. He even voted early. He voted early. And I don't want nobody to say, well, oh, you're making this up. What proof that is? There's the proof right there. You got to put his information in to see this. And I have his information. So I put it in and boom. That's him. The same man who told you not to vote in this election voted in this election. Not only did he vote in this election, he's also a registered member of the American Independence Party. A fake party that likes to pretend like they're not really Republicans, but they're really Republicans. They don't actually run candidates. They support every Republican candidate. If you even go to their website, like I did, the first thing that you see is Trump's victory speech. And that's how you know this is the perfect party for Tariq Nasheed, and it represents him perfectly. A bunch of Republicans sitting around, shilling, pretending that they're not Republicans, that they're actually independent, and they actually want to see which party is best or whatever nonsense they spew, but they really just Republicans and they pro-Trump in every way. Now I want you to watch this clip. It's about 2 minutes long. You need to see this, and I'll be right back when it's over.
If you look historically speaking, Donald Trump is now under 50% in the national popular vote, barely under 50%, but he is under 50%. And I want to take a look and compare his popular vote victory to those historically speaking over the last 200 years. His popular vote victory ranks 44th out of 51. That ain't exactly strong. Some might argue that is weak, weak, weak in the words of Tony Blair. In fact, his popular vote win at this point is the weakest going all the way back. You have to go all the way back to 2000 to find a weaker one, a smaller popular vote victory than Donald Trump currently has. So, yeah, Trump has won the popular vote, but it ain't all that, my dear friend John Berman.
You know, George W. Bush had a bigger popular vote in 2004, and if you're looking at a combination of popular vote and electoral college vote, look, Obama twice had bigger popular vote and electoral college vote victories.
And Joe Biden did as well.
Joe Biden's popular vote victory twice as big, electoral college victory a little smaller. Talk about coattails for Donald Trump.
Yeah, let's talk about coattails here. So, you know, you talk about the Senate, you know, short coattails. States Trump won, but Democrats won or lead in the Senate race. Look at this. In 2016, it was 0. In 2020, it was 0. In 2024, look at this. 4 states where a Senate Democratic candidate won, even though Donald Trump won. We're talking about Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, I'm sorry, not Pennsylvania, Michigan and Wisconsin. That is 4 states, and Pennsylvania we still haven't called yet. That could be 5 if Bob Casey is able to mount a comeback. But even if Casey loses and Dave McCormick wins, we're talking about 4 states. In fact, I went all the way back through the history books, and this is the most Senate races that the Prez Winners Party lost in states the president won since 2004. Again, you have to go all the way back since the early 2000s to find a historical note that matches what's going on right now. So yeah, Donald Trump won, but there weren't exactly all that many Republicans, or at least fewer than you'd expect historically, who rode around in that victory car with him.
What about the House?
What about the House? Well, we're talking about a historically small majority potentially for the Republicans. The GOP would have a record small majority if the current House results hold. The GOP would be at 221. The Democrats would be at 214. You have to go all the way back before there were 50 states in the union to find a smaller majority for the incoming House majority that Republicans currently hold right now at 221. And of course, that could drop lower if Stefanik Waltz or others leave the House Republican majority, which at this point seems quite likely, Mr. Berman.
And again, it is worth noting there are parts of Donald Trump's victory which are notable, a realignment, historic in their own way, but the size of the victory just isn't.
Correct. What we're talking about is we're talking a very wide win for Donald Trump, but the depth, it's not particularly deep. It's actually quite shallow, historically speaking, Mr. Berman.
Harriet, thank you.
As you heard, this was not the blowout that we were led to believe it was, or what people thought it was the first week after the election. And now that more and more votes are being tallied and they're being counted up, we're seeing that Donald Trump did not win the popular vote by that much. In fact, I even heard reports that when all the votes are counted, it's a possibility that Kamala could even pass him in the popular vote, and it'll be she won the popular vote. I don't know if that's true or not, but that doesn't matter. What matters is what you're seeing on your screen right now. As you see, this is Georgia, the first state to release their full picture of the election. And what do you see? Every group went up in turnout except black people. Every group. A lot of black people chose the couch. And if they didn't choose the couch and they had just gone up like everybody else, Kamala could have won Georgia, especially without the treason of black people who did show up voting for Trump. But even not excluding that, if we would have had the black turnout that people were expecting the black turnout to be, she wins the state of Georgia. And I believe this holds true for most of the swing states. I think this holds true for Pennsylvania. I know it holds true for Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. This might also be true for North Carolina. This is what happened. This couch stuff, it actually worked. I got to give Tariq his credit. And all those who preach couch, it actually worked. It looks like that it was black people, but black men in particular, who chose not to vote. And a lot of them who did choose to vote, not a lot, but like a significant minority of them who chose to vote, voted for Trump. That's what put Trump over the edge. Because if it had happened the other way around, where black people had turned out like they were supposed to and voted like they were supposed to, Trump would have lost this election. Even if he would have won the popular vote, he would have lost this election. He would have lost it. Look what you done. You ushered in a new golden age of white supremacy. You did this. Everybody who didn't vote for Kamala Harris, who could have voted for her, you did this. You did this. You did this to us. You destroyed black political power. Following behind a grifter, a shill, a political operative who voted. You stayed home and voted, and he pat y'all on the back for not voting. Just like Trump patted y'all niggas on the head in 2016 for not voting. But he voted. Trump voted. Tariq voted. And we know who he voted for. Because it doesn't matter. Even if Tariq shows you a picture right now saying, I voted for Kamala, it doesn't matter. You voting for Kamala after you told people not to vote for her, or not to vote at all, doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who you checked on that ballot. Because I know people are going to try to say, well, how do you know Tariq didn't vote this and he didn't vote that? No, Tariq voted in the general election. He voted for president, and he sent that off. And we know what president he voted for. He voted for Trump. Shill. I'm just like speechless. I got to end this video here. Like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment on what you think. And on that note, family, peace.